Throughout Hollywood's history, there have been tragic moments when actors died while working on movies or TV shows. Big names like Brandon Lee, Vic Maro, and John Ritter all passed away during production, leaving fans and co-workers in shock. Did you know many other big names passed away on sets while their movies were still being shot? Whether it was due to accidents on set or sudden health problems, it was heartbreaking. So here is the list of 20 actors who died while filming on set. Martha Mansfield. Martha Mansfield was a rising star in silent films, best known for her role in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde alongside John Barrymore. Tragically, she became the first person in Hollywood history to die on a movie set. The incident occurred on November 30th, 1923, during the filming of The Warrens of Virginia. While taking a break on set, Mansfield was seated in her car, wearing a Civil War-era costume made of highly flammable material. A careless bystander lit a match, which accidentally set her dress ablaze. The flames quickly engulfed her, causing severe burns. Despite the efforts of her co-star Wilfrid Lytell and others, who used coats and blankets to extinguish the fire, Mansfield succumbed to her injuries the following day. Tyrone Power. Tyrone Power, one of Hollywood's most dashing leading men of the 1930s and 1940s, met a tragic end while doing what he loved most: acting. On November 15, 1958, during the filming of Solomon and Sheba in Spain, Power was performing a strenuous dueling scene with his co-star George Sanders. The intense action and the physical exertion proved too much for him. Midway through the scene, Power collapsed on set, clutching his chest. He was rushed to a nearby hospital, but it was too late. He passed away from a massive heart attack at the age of 44. Power's sudden death marked the loss of one of Hollywood's brightest stars. Born into a theatrical family, Power inherited a love for acting from his father, Tyrone Power Sr., a renowned stage and silent film actor. Following in his father's footsteps, he rose to prominence in the late 1930s with roles in swashbuckling adventures and romantic dramas. His notable films include The Mark of Zorro, Blood and Sand, and The Razor's Edge, where he showcased his versatility and charm. Power's career was interrupted during World War II when he served as a pilot in the United States Marine Corps. After the war, he returned to Hollywood, balancing dramatic roles with the action-packed films he was celebrated for. At the time of his death, Power was at the height of his career, with Solomon and Sheba poised to become another success. His untimely passing left a void in Hollywood, and his legacy as a versatile actor and enduring icon remains strong to this day. Gareth Jones. On November 30th, 1958, Jones was performing in Underground, a play featured in the British anthology series Armchair Theatre. The narrative centered on survivors of a nuclear holocaust trapped in the London Underground. During the live broadcast, Jones portrayed a character who was scripted to die of a heart attack. In a poignant twist of fate, while off-camera between scenes, Jones suffered a massive heart attack and collapsed. His co-star Peter Bowles recalled that the cast saw Jones approaching, but then witnessed him fall. Unaware of the severity of the situation, the actors improvised lines to cover his absence. Director Ted Kotcheff and producer Sidney Newman made the decision to continue the broadcast. They instructed the cast to improvise and restructured the play during a commercial break to accommodate the unforeseen event. The actors were informed of Jones's death only after the broadcast concluded. Bela Lugosi, the iconic actor renowned for his portrayal of Count Dracula, faced significant challenges in the later stages of his career. By the mid-1950s, he was grappling with declining health and financial difficulties. In 1956, director Ed Wood, a devoted admirer of Lugosi, filmed several scenes featuring the actor for an uncompleted project, possibly titled The Vampire's Tomb. These scenes were shot without synchronized sound and lacked a definitive script. Tragically, on August 16, 1956, Lugosi succumbed to a heart attack at the age of 73. Determined to honor his idol and capitalize on the existing footage, Wood incorporated these silent scenes into his upcoming film, Plan 9 from Outer Space. To account for the absence of Lugosi in the remaining scenes, Wood enlisted his wife's chiropractor, Tom Mason, as a stand-in. Mason bore little resemblance to Lugosi and was noticeably taller. To obscure this disparity, Mason performed with a cape draped over his face, a technique that has since been widely criticized for its lack of subtlety. Plan 9 from Outer Space was released in 1959 and has often been labeled as one of the worst films ever made. Despite its flaws, the film has garnered a cult following, with particular interest in Lugosi's posthumous appearance. The inclusion of his footage serves as a poignant reminder of his enduring legacy in the horror genre. Eric Fleming. Eric Fleming, a notable figure of the 1950s and 1960s westerns, carved his legacy as the rugged trail boss Gil Favor on the popular television series Rawhide. His commanding presence and strong performances made him a household name, and he began branching out into feature films, further expanding his career. However, his life was tragically cut short during the production of a movie. In 1966, Fleming was on location in the Andes Mountains near Lima, Peru, filming the adventure film High Jungle. The production required him to perform a scene in the treacherous Huallaga River. While navigating the river in a canoe alongside his co-star, Nico Minardos, disaster struck. The canoe began to take on water and ultimately sank. Minardos managed to escape the danger, but Fleming, despite being an experienced swimmer and scuba diver, was overpowered by the river's swift currents. Tragically, he drowned at the age of 41. Despite extensive research, his body was never recovered. Fleming's death shocked fans and the entertainment industry alike, as he was at the height of his career. His passing underscored the dangers actors often face when filming on location, particularly in challenging and unpredictable environments. Fleming's contributions to the Western genre remain celebrated, and his tragic death serves as a somber reminder of the risks involved in creating on-screen magic. Vic Maro. Vic Maro's death on the set of Twilight Zone. The movie remains one of the most harrowing tragedies in Hollywood history. On July 23, 1982, Maro was filming a segment of the anthology film directed by John Landis. In the scene, Maro's character, a racist man, was tasked with rescuing two Vietnamese children from a war zone. The sequence involved a helicopter flying overhead as explosions were set off around them to simulate the chaos of war. During filming, a miscalculated pyrotechnic explosion damaged the helicopter's rotor, causing it to crash onto the actors below. Vic Maro and the two child actors, Micah Dinley and Renee Shin-Yi-Chen, were tragically killed on impact. The accident led to widespread outrage and legal consequences. Investigations revealed that the children had been hired illegally without proper permits, violating child labor laws. Additionally, their presence on set at night further breached safety regulations. The case resulted in a high-profile trial, with director John Landis and several crew members facing charges of involuntary manslaughter. Although they were ultimately acquitted, the incident brought significant changes to Hollywood's safety standards and regulations for stunts and special effects. Maro, best known for his roles in Combat and Blackboard Jungle, was 53 years old at the time of his death. His passing, along with that of the two young children, left an indelible mark on the film industry, highlighting the critical importance of stringent safety measures on sets. Adolf Caesar. Adolf Caesar, an Oscar-nominated actor with a distinguished career in film and theater, tragically passed away on March 6, 1986, at the age of 52. Best known for his commanding performances in A Soldier's Story and The Color Purple, Caesar was in the midst of filming Tough Guys alongside Hollywood legends Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster when tragedy struck. While on set in California, Caesar suffered a massive heart attack. He was quickly transported to the County University of Southern California Medical Center, but despite the efforts of medical professionals, he was pronounced dead in the emergency room. His sudden passing shocked the industry, cutting short a remarkable career at its peak. Caesar's contributions to the arts extended beyond film. A New York native, he was a celebrated theater actor, particularly known for his work in stage productions of August Wilson's plays. His role as Sergeant Waters in A Soldier's Story was transformative, earning him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor in 1985. Reflecting on his unexpected rise to fame, Caesar once remarked, It's a marvelous chemistry that happens 5 times in your career if you are lucky, that you and the part and the play work. Caesar's death underscored the loss of a deeply talented and versatile performer whose artistry resonated across stage and screen. His legacy lives on through his unforgettable performances and the impact he left on both mediums. Jon-Erik Hexum. Jon-Erik Hexum, a promising actor and model, tragically lost his life on October 18, 1984, due to a fatal accident involving a prop gun on the set of the television series Cover Up. Born on November 5, 1957, in Englewood, New Jersey, Hexum gained recognition for his roles in the TV series Voyagers and the film The Bear. On the fateful day during a break in filming, Hexum became restless due to delays. In an attempt to lighten the mood, he picked up a .44 Magnum revolver loaded with blank cartridges. Unaware of the dangers posed by blanks at close range, he placed the gun to his right temple and, in a simulated game of Russian roulette, pulled the trigger. Although blanks lack a bullet, they still produce explosive force. The discharge caused a powerful blast, fracturing Hexum's skull and propelling bone fragments into his brain, leading to severe hemorrhaging. He was immediately transported to Beverly Hills Medical Center, where he underwent 5 hours of surgery. Despite medical efforts, Hexum was declared brain dead 6 days later. In a final act of generosity, Hexum's organs were donated, benefiting multiple recipients. His heart was transplanted into a 36-year-old man, his kidneys went to a young boy and a middle-aged woman, and his corneas and skin tissue aided other patients. Hexum's untimely death at the age of 26 highlighted the critical need for stringent safety protocols on film and television sets, especially concerning the handling of firearms, even those loaded with blanks. Tommy Cooper. Tommy Cooper, the legendary Welsh comedian and magician, was a master of slapstick humor and a unique blend of comedy and magic that made him an enduring figure in British entertainment. Known for his towering stature, fez hat, and trademark delivery of intentionally failed magic tricks, Cooper became a household name in the 1950s and 1960s, appearing on numerous television shows and stages worldwide. Tragically, his life came to a shocking end on April 15, 1984, during a live television broadcast. Cooper was performing on Live from Her Majesty's, a popular variety show, when he collapsed on stage mid-act. At first, the audience and crew believed his fall to be part of his routine, as his humor often involved physical comedy. However, reality soon became evident when he failed to get up. Despite immediate efforts to assist him backstage, Cooper suffered a fatal heart attack and passed away. His death occurred in full view of millions of viewers watching the live broadcast, marking a somber moment in television history. Tommy Cooper's untimely passing highlighted the unpredictable nature of live performances. However, his legacy as a comedic genius endures, with his influence evident in generations of comedians who followed. To this day, he is remembered fondly for his unmatched ability to bring laughter to audiences with his unique charm and wit. Roy Kinnear. Roy Kinnear was a beloved character actor whose presence graced hundreds of projects across film, television, and stage. Known for his impeccable comedic timing and everyman charm, he often stole scenes, even in smaller roles. Born on January 8, 1934, in Wigan, Lancashire, Kinnear gained recognition in productions like The Three Musketeers and its sequel, The Four Musketeers, where he portrayed the loyal Planchet. Despite his immense talent, Kinnear rarely had leading roles, instead becoming a dependable and recognizable supporting actor. In September 1988, while reprising his role as Planchet in The Return of the Musketeers, tragedy struck. During a horseback scene in Toledo, Spain, Kinnear fell from his horse, suffering a fractured pelvis. He was rushed to the hospital, but complications arose, and he suffered a fatal heart attack the following day on September 20th, 1988. He was 54 years old. The incident not only robbed the world of a cherished performer, but also raised serious concerns about on-set safety. Roy's son, Rory Kinnear, an acclaimed actor known for roles in Black Mirror, Penny Dreadful, and James Bond films, has spoken about his father's untimely death and continues to advocate for safer conditions in the film industry. Roy Kinnear's legacy lives on through his work and the impact he had on the industry. Art Scholl. Art Scholl, a renowned American aerobatic pilot and aerial cameraman, tragically lost his life on September 16, 1985, during the production of the film Top Gun. Born on December 24, 1931, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Scholl developed a passion for aviation early in life. He pursued this interest academically, earning a degree in aeronautics from California State University, San Jose, and a master's degree from California State University, Los Angeles. Scholl dedicated 18 years to teaching aeronautics at San Bernardino Valley College, eventually leading the department before transitioning to a full-time career as a stunt pilot. Throughout his career, Scholl performed across the United States and internationally, captivating audiences with his aerobatic skills. He piloted modified de Havilland, Canada, DHC-1 Chipmunk aircraft, known as Super Chipmunks, and appeared in over 200 motion pictures, documentaries, and television commercials. His film credits include The Right Stuff, The Great Waldo Pepper, and Blue Thunder. During the filming of Top Gun, Scholl was executing an inverted flat spin maneuver to capture aerial footage. He radioed that he had a problem and was unable to recover from the spin. His aircraft, a Pitts S-2 camera plane, plunged into the Pacific Ocean near Carlsbad, California. Despite extensive search efforts, neither Scholl's body nor the aircraft were recovered. The exact cause of the crash remains undetermined. In recognition of his contributions and untimely death, Top Gun was dedicated to Art Scholl's memory. His legacy endures through his significant impact on aviation and film, inspiring future generations of pilots and aerial cinematographers.
Red Fox.
Red Fox, a legendary comedian and actor, was affectionately known as the King of the Party Records for his trailblazing stand-up routines that broke barriers in the 1950s. Fox transitioned from comedy clubs to television, gaining iconic status with his role as Fred Sanford in the 1970s sitcom Sanford and Son. The show cemented his place in entertainment history, showcasing his impeccable comedic timing and larger-than-life personality. In 1991, Fox made a celebrated return to television with The Royal Family, a CBS sitcom that reunited him with actress Della Reese. However, tragedy struck during a rehearsal for the show on the Paramount Studios soundstage. On October 11, 1991, Fox suddenly collapsed. Initially mistaken by some as part of his comedic antics, the severity of the situation became clear as crew members rushed to his aid. He was transported to Queen of Angels Hollywood Presbyterian Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead from a massive heart attack. He was 68 years old. Fox's death was a devastating loss to the entertainment world. CBS Entertainment President Jeff Sagansky expressed the network's sorrow, highlighting Fox's immense talent and contributions. Known for his boundary-pushing humor and his ability to connect with audiences, Red Fox remains a beloved figure whose influence continues to inspire comedians and actors alike. John Ritter. John Ritter was a beloved actor whose boundless energy and natural comedic timing made him a household name. Known for his iconic role as Jack Tripper in the hit sitcom Three's Company, Ritter became a staple of television and film throughout the 1970s and beyond. His ability to balance slapstick humor with genuine warmth endeared him to audiences and earned him multiple accolades, including an Emmy and a Golden Globe. In 2002, Ritter made a celebrated return to sitcoms as the star of 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter. The series showcased his comedic brilliance and his ability to connect with a new generation of viewers. Tragically, this would be his final role. On September 11, 2003, during rehearsals for the show's second season, Ritter suddenly fell ill. He experienced symptoms including severe chest pain, excessive sweating, and vomiting. Initially believed to be suffering a heart attack, Ritter was rushed to the hospital. However, tests revealed he had an undiagnosed aortic dissection, a rare and often fatal condition where the inner layer of the aorta tears. Despite emergency medical intervention, Ritter passed away later that evening at the age of 54. His death shocked fans in the entertainment world, highlighting the importance of early detection and awareness of aortic conditions. Ritter's legacy continues through his timeless performances and the foundation his family established in his name to promote heart health awareness. Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee, the son of martial arts legend Bruce Lee, was a rising star in Hollywood whose life was tragically cut short during the filming of The Crow. On March 31st, 1993, while filming a pivotal scene, Lee was fatally injured in a tragic on-set accident involving a prop gun. The film, a dark fantasy centered on revenge, was meant to showcase Lee's growing acting talent and cement his legacy as an action star. Instead, it became a symbol of Hollywood's lapses in safety protocols. The incident occurred when Lee's character was scripted to be shot at close range. A revolver used in the scene had been improperly prepared. A dummy round had been lodged in the barrel during an earlier scene, but was not removed before the blank was loaded. When the gun was fired, the blank propelled the lodged bullet fragment into Lee's abdomen, causing fatal injuries. He was rushed to the hospital, but after 6 hours of surgery, Lee succumbed to his injuries at the age of 28. Lee's death shocked the film industry, prompting an overhaul of safety measures involving firearms on set. The Crow was completed using a combination of body doubles and CGI and became a cult classic, dedicated to Lee's memory. Oliver Reed, remember Proximo, the dealer who bought the Maximus Decimus Meridius in Gladiator? Did you know he died while filming the movie? On May 2, 1999, Reed suffered a fatal heart attack while on a break from shooting in Valletta, Malta. At the time, he was portraying Proximo, a key character in the film, marking his return to a prominent role after years away from the Hollywood spotlight. Reed, notorious for his wild lifestyle and penchant for heavy drinking, spent the day at a local pub where, according to reports, he challenged a group of sailors to a drinking contest. As writer David Franzoni recounted, Reed consumed an extraordinary amount of alcohol, including pints of beer, shots of rum, and whiskey. During the revelry, he collapsed and, despite efforts to save him, was pronounced dead en route to the hospital. He was 61 years old. His sudden death posed significant challenges for the production of Gladiator. With some scenes incomplete, the filmmakers used CGI and a body double to recreate Reed's character, ensuring his pivotal role remained intact. His performance in Gladiator earned critical acclaim, and the film went on to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. Oliver Reed's untimely death highlighted his larger-than-life persona, both as an actor and as a man who lived unapologetically. His work in Gladiator stands as a testament to his immense talent and remains a fitting farewell to a storied career. John Candy. John Candy, one of the most beloved comedy actors of the 1980s and 1990s, was known for his warm, larger-than-life presence both on and off screen. A key member of SCTV and a standout in films such as Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Uncle Buck, and Cool Runnings, Candy's career was marked by a string of critical and commercial successes that made him a Hollywood favorite. Despite his immense talent and affable nature, Candy faced significant health challenges throughout his life. His weight, combined with a history of smoking, drug use, and heavy drinking, took a toll on his health. Tragically, his career ended during the production of Wagons East, a Western comedy that would become his final film. On March 4, 1994, while filming on location in Durango, Mexico, Candy wrapped up his scenes for the day and retired to his trailer. That evening, he called his children, spoke with them lovingly, and then went to bed. During the night, he suffered a fatal heart attack in his sleep. He was just 43 years old. Candy's passing left Hollywood and fans worldwide mourning the loss of a comedy legend. While Wagons East was critically panned, his enduring legacy is defined by the joy and laughter he brought to audiences, cementing his place as one of the greats in cinematic history. Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, one of the most talented and promising actors of his generation, tragically passed away on January 22, 2008, at the age of 28. Though not on set, his death occurred during the filming of The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, a fantastical film directed by Terry Gilliam. Ledger's sudden passing shocked the world and cast a shadow over the production. Ledger was found unresponsive in his New York City apartment due to an accidental overdose of prescription medications, including painkillers, anti-anxiety drugs, and sleeping pills. At the time, he was balancing the pressures of his career, fatherhood, and the physical and emotional toll of his intense role as the Joker in The Dark Knight. His dedication to his craft had earned him acclaim, but also left him exhausted, which some believe contributed to his tragic end. After his death, the production of The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus faced uncertainty. To honor Ledger and complete the film, Gilliam reimagined the story, enlisting actors Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell to portray different aspects of Ledger's character in dreamlike sequences. The adaptation allowed the film to pay tribute to Ledger's memory while preserving his original work. Ledger's death marked the loss of a phenomenal actor whose performances in films like Brokeback Mountain, The Dark Knight, and 10 Things I Hate About You remain iconic. His posthumous Academy Award win for The Dark Knight cemented his legacy as one of the most gifted performers of his time. Ray Liotta, celebrated for his iconic performance as Henry Hill in Goodfellas and a host of other memorable roles, Ray Liotta was a prolific actor who remained active throughout his career. Known for his intense on-screen presence, Liotta had an impressive filmography that included crime dramas, thrillers, and comedies. In May 2022, he was filming Dangerous Waters, an action thriller shot on location in the Dominican Republic, when tragedy struck. Leota, who was portraying a character referred to as the Captain, had completed filming for the day and returned to his hotel room. He passed away in his sleep, with the autopsy later confirming the causes of death as respiratory failure, pulmonary edema, fluid in the lungs, and heart failure. He was 67 years old. His sudden passing left fans and colleagues in shock, as Leota had shown no public signs of serious illness prior to his death. Despite his untimely passing, Dangerous Waters was completed, with Leota playing a significant role in the film. At the time of his death, Leota also had 2 additional films in post-production, ensuring that his talent would continue to grace the screen even after his departure. Leota's career was marked by versatility and dedication, with roles that ranged from the intense to the comedic. His unexpected death marked the loss of a cinematic great, leaving a legacy of powerful performances that will continue to inspire and entertain audiences for generations to come.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Regarded as one of the most extraordinary actors of his generation, Philip Seymour left an indelible mark on cinema with his profound performances in films like Capote, The Master, and Doubt. Known for his ability to embody complex and deeply human characters, Hoffman's career spanned independent films, blockbusters, and theater, where his immense talent was equally celebrated. At the time of his untimely death, Hoffman was venturing into mainstream blockbuster territory, portraying Plutarch Heavensbee in the Hunger Games series. He had completed the majority of his scenes for both parts of Mockingjay, the 2-part finale of the dystopian saga. However, with just a week of filming left for Mockingjay, Part 2, tragedy struck. On February 2, 2014, Hoffman was found dead in his Manhattan apartment at the age of 46. The official cause of death was acute mixed drug intoxication, with heroin, cocaine, benzodiazepines, and amphetamines detected in his system. His death shocked the film industry and fans alike, as Hoffman had been candid about his struggles with addiction in the past, but many believed he had been on a path to recovery. The filmmakers adapted the remaining scenes in Mockingjay, Part 2, to accommodate Hoffman's absence, ensuring his portrayal remained integral to the story. His passing not only highlighted the devastating impact of addiction, but also marked the loss of one of the most gifted actors of his era, whose legacy continues to inspire and captivate audiences worldwide. While watching their video, you may understand that filming is not easy and death is following you everywhere. You have to go when you have to go, no matter where you are and what you are doing. So we recommend you to keep praying and keeping doing good deeds, as we don't know when we are going to leave this world.